What's going on, guys, and welcome on in. Sorry for being MIA, not making too many videos lately. I just moved to a new place, but I'm all settled in, so expect lots more videos and content coming out soon. I actually got a review coming out as early as tomorrow, but that's not what today's about, guys. If you look at my table here, there's something we need to discuss today that is of the utmost importance. We're not going to talk about the new Snow White Warmth Fallen Cecilia, even though it looks so dang good. We're not going to talk about the Mystic Summon rotation, FCC confirmed coming back. I've been telling y'all about it. Forget the Luluka rerun, the Kisei rerun. Those are the other two confirmed banners. None of that matters. Today we have to talk about this right here. Something insane is happening. The group drop rate up for Landy, Diene, and Cerise. Now, if you've been watching my other Summon Guide videos, this is going to be similar. And I've been telling y'all, remember, save for Cerise. I'm not sure if Diene's coming out anymore. Well, they hit us with a surprise factor. I actually had a few viewers guess that this was happening, guys. Go ahead and leave in the comments below what you think about group summons like this. Now, before you get worried or anything, I know there's other gacha games, other mobile games that do kind of group banners. And a lot of times, they're just overall worse, right? You can't really pick which ones you want. And the fact that you might get a random unit instead of the ones you really want or need just feels terrible. However, don't worry. This is very good overall, in my opinion, from what I looked at briefly. And if they keep it the same as how they're previewing it, it's going to be a good thing just in general, okay? So we're going to do a summon guide video on Landy, Diene, and Cerise. I'm going to go over the pros and cons of each because unfortunately, guys, there's no black and white. These are probably the top 3 rated, or the top tier limited units available at the moment. So unfortunately, I can't really tell you to pick in order which ones. We're going to go over the pros and cons of each, as well as the artifacts. The artifacts are a little bit simple. I can tell you right now which ones are the best, which ones you need to pick up, and which ones you can just straight up skip. But when we go over the heroes, it's going to be a little bit trickier. So I'll go ahead and write down, and hopefully I can help you guys decide and pinpoint, because maybe you'll get lucky and get all 3. Maybe you're going to have to decide, if you can only hit one pity, which ones you really want, and then you're just going to have to kind of live with that. But hopefully you can save up enough. You're refreshing the shop, spending all your sky stones, so you can have your chances, because you do want to get all 3 of these lovely ladies, all right? But anyways, let's go ahead and get on with the review and talk about which ones you should probably try and summon for, okay? All right, guys, before we get on with the actual review of each individual hero, and I tell you which one I think you should, the pros and cons, which ones maybe you should summon for, let's go ahead and look through the video real fast. Shout out to New and Mosh over here. This is what I'm talking about, guys. In other games, like for Arknights, for example, they had a lot of group banners where you had a chance at getting an individual hero, but there was just, you could never get that hero if you just got unlucky. However, with this Stars Mirage coin shop, you get 10 of these coins for every 10 pulls. So effectively, guys, at your first pity, or every single pity you get, you can pretty much just choose exactly which hero you want, which is super nice. Now, if you look through here, you can also pick an artifact of your choice, guys. And it's actually a little bit cheaper too. You get to save 20 bookmarks. So 100 is the pity for the artifacts, but it is a limit of 1. So the only reason I can see this sort of new method being bad is for the whales or big spenders out there that are trying to fish for a ton of artifacts. Let's say they just wanted Cerise and Guiding Light. Unfortunately, they'll only be able to pity one Guiding Light, which, they can never pity a Guiding Light on a previous limited banner anyway. So this is already a plus. But the fact that there's going to be 3 units and 3 artifacts in the pool means you have triple the dilution. So that's the only downside I can think of. Otherwise, it's really nice that you can pity or pick any 3 of these on your pity and all subsequent pities. It's really, I think they did a good job of this, and it doesn't feel scummy. It doesn't feel shady. I think it's nice that they're bringing them back because, guys, as you know, we all thought Diene may not rerun, or I've been telling y'all I thought that they might skip Diene, period. But I think this might be the new method because there's so many more limiteds coming out. We just don't have time to pull all. Unfortunately, though, you're gonna have to make some choices unless you have been saving, and then in which case you can just pull all 3, and we can just talk and have a good video. But if you do have to choose, sit tight. Let's go over all 3 of them, okay? So let's go ahead and start with Landy. All right, guys, Landy's one I built up recently. She is just an insane unit. She got buffed pretty recently, along with Cerise, and she is just an all-star in PvP. Let's start with PvP. She is a top tier RTA. I would even say Arena Guild Wars, although I don't really use her much there. But for RTA, definitely, if with Guiding Light, she could be absolutely crazy, unkillable, right? Untargetable, uncounterable with her S3, and she just pushes damage. If your enemy team leaves her uncontested, right? Meaning they don't have a way to kill her through AoE or a way to shut her down, like without having too many buffs, etc. She will quickly take over a match and her damage just can't be handled. So if you need a strong AoE DPS unit that can kind of carry a match on its own, think of similar units would be like Spec Tenny. That's probably the closest comparison. If you don't have a Spec Tenny, for example, you probably want to pick up a Landy. She may be your #1 pick between the three waifus, the 3 limited units. Okay, for PvE as well, I haven't used her much there, but I know I've heard people say you can use her in hunts, expeditions, raids, things like that, because her kit is very good. So as long as you're not fighting fire units, her kit is just really nice for that as well. She does a lot of damage. She self-pushes, has buffs, everything you need. Good PvE unit, insanely good PvP unit. Not too much else to say about that. The main thing is, like I said, guys, if you need a DPS Sword of Glass Cannon, although a lot of people build her a little bit tankier, the fact that she can have access to Guiding Light, which we're going to talk about the artifacts right after this, stay tuned, means she's also very, very surprisingly hard to kill, hard to manage, hard to take care of, and she has the can't be countered clause on the S3. She has team buffs, insane CR and speed scaling, and she just takes over a match, like I said. So one more time, if you need a DPS carry style AoE unit, and especially if you don't have Spec Tenny, but even if you have Spec Tenny, guys, if you take RTA seriously, oftentimes if you pick Landy plus Spec Tenny together, your opponent has to either ban one of them, and then the other one will carry, or they'll just leave both and try to ban a utility knight or like support unit, because they just can't handle both, right? So get Landy if you need that DPS style unit. All right, next up we have Diene, who is probably the least exciting of the bunch. But guys, she's the very first limited unit, the very first pity unit, and still tried and true, insanely good. Unfortunately, mine has budget gear. Ignore the stats, guys. We're not going to talk about that. It's more about just Diene has been tried and true since day one. Let's go ahead and start like we do with Landy. PvP, good Arena, good Guild Wars, good RTA. Maybe not quite as top tier as Cerise and Landy in their respective areas, since Soul Weavers in this meta just aren't quite as good as they used to be. However, still crazy strong, still an all-star. You do kind of want Rod of Amaryllis. We're gonna go over the artifacts, like I said, but Unfading Memories you don't really want. You could get away with like Celestine or Malgra's Tome, but if you do have a Rod, she's gonna be crazy, especially for my new players out there. She'll carry you through raids. She has a cleanse, she has attack up, she can heal with the Rod of Amaryllis. She's just very good always. Probably overall, guys, if you have access to other Soul Weavers, maybe you want to pick a Cerise or Landy instead. However, if you do end up picking her, guys, you will never go wrong with Diene. I don't know anyone that is unhappy with her. She has a very good kit. She can be used in PvE as well as PvP. And, you know, if Soul Weavers ever become stronger, even though she's still one of the best Soul Weavers at the moment with how bad they are, that's saying something, okay? So, never bad. Extremely good PvE. Pretty dang good PvP as well. One of the best Soul Weavers in general. You won't be unhappy with her. Like I said, attack up, cleanse, barriers, good CR scaling, CR self-pushing on the S1. You can never go wrong with Diene. Just maybe she might be the least exciting, and there might be other viable alternatives compared to like Landy. Like I said, only Spec Tenny really competes, and then we're going to go talk about Cerise. She doesn't have too much competing units either. So that's Diene, guys. Next up, we got Cerise. Also with Landy, got crazy buffs lately. My goodness, man. If you guys need a speed contester, a control unit, someone who pretty much does everything. She has a strip, decrease speed, she has restrict, which means like what? Anti-CR push, anti-cleave. She has a stun, and then they decided to give her a dual attack when you combine with Miss Confield, means she can straight up just kill units on her own as well. She literally does everything, guys. Absolutely insane if you want to do RTA especially, but PvP, I'm assuming Arena and Guild Wars, also very good there. However, PvE potential, unlike the other two, not very much. I guess you could use her there because she has a nice kit, but a lot of the bosses will probably be, you know, immune to restrict. The stun bosses can't really be stunned either, so a lot of it is just for the dual attack and maybe like the speed down, which there's way better alternatives for that, guys. So for PvE, Cerise is the weakest of the three. However, if you need a fast unit, a speed contester, a control, a dual attacker, a stun bot, if you just need someone with restrict as well, Cerise, she can't be beat. She has too much in her kit. I actually think she's overloaded. One of the top picks, early picks you can get in current RTA. So if you have the gear for her, she's probably the hardest to gear of the bunch. Just because of speed. If you really want really high speed on her, that would be my only gripe with Cerise. So lack of PvE, but probably one of the craziest PvP units at the moment, overbuffed and things like that. Let's go ahead, guys, and talk about the artifacts real fast. Let's see right here. Do they show them on the list? I think you can barely see them in the background. So Wall of Order is right here. But okay, we got them right here. Start from left to right. Landy's Wall of Order, probably the second best of the bunch. It's nice for the attack up. However, not really required. And if you're talking about Landy in specific, there's other alternatives. You can just use Portrait, Bloodstone for damage, or sorry, Bloodstone for utility healing, Portrait for damage, or just straight up do Guiding Light. I think Guiding Light is the best alternative if you want to do PvP, especially RTA. Next up, we have Unfading Memories, guys. I'm not even talking about it. It's just a budget artifact if you have nothing else, but really Rod Amaryllis is so much better. Do not spend any coins on this, or whatever you call these star coins. Don't spend any on that, in my opinion. Unfading Memories is just not a great artifact, not worth investing into. Skip at all costs. Guiding Light, guys, this is the big one. You want to pick up one of these, either with your coins or with your powder. If not two, okay? It is that powerful. Yes, one is good enough. However, if you get more, if you take RTA super seriously, you need that RNG, because I believe at plus 15, it's only like a 52% chance that scales up to 70 plus. That ability alone, when you stealth your Landy or other unit, other ranger, has the chance to just win a match on its own, win or lose a match on its own. So really, if you take RTA and PvP seriously at a higher level, this is the most important artifact. And just in general, if you take PvP seriously, you want to at least one. You can bottle it later. So guys, my suggestion would be Guiding Light at all costs. Wall of Order, maybe if you really want it, go ahead and look it up. Maybe you want to run your Landy on it. However, I really suggest skipping Unfading Memories and picking up Guiding Light at all costs, okay? So Guiding Light, number one. Wall of Order, maybe. Unfading Memories, never. Very simple, okay? Hopefully, guys, that helped out a little bit. Please leave any comments below if you have extra questions, or stop by my Twitch stream. More and more of you guys stop by every day, and I love that when you guys come by and tell me, hey, Car, I've been enjoying the videos. They helped out a lot. Then I can talk with you one-on-one there and actually help you out some more. So if you have specific questions on, hey, Car, I'm still not sure who to pull between Landy, Diene, or Cerise, come stop by or leave a comment. I read all of them. Hopefully I can help you out, guys. Unfortunately, it's not black and white, but to recap, Glass Cannon, well, less Glass Cannon when you have Guiding Light and build a little bit bulkier, but AoE carry unit, right, with Landy, AoE DPS carry unit, Diene, Premier Soul Weaver, all-in-one kit with attack. You do kind of need artifacts with her, but good PvE, good PvP. Cerise, PvP only, but insane utility, stun, damage, monster, everything in one, okay? Control, speed contester, everything you want in that. So carry DPS, Soul Weaver, God Soul Weaver, and then control, speed contester, etc. Restrict unit, all in one for Cerise, all right? Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys like it. Please leave all the comments below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out, guys.